Welcome to NC Wine Snobs as we savor the world one sip at a time. In this episode of NC Wine Snobs on Vacation, we stopped in at Nomad Distilling in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. The tasting room for Nomad Distilling is located on Race Street in downtown Jim Thorpe. Nomad Distilling offers a variety of spirits, including some flavored ones like apple pie, sweet tea, lemon, blueberry peach, and root beer.
Now, I will point out that Nomad Distilling does have two additional locations, one in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the other in New Hope, Pennsylvania. But the first thing we tried here in Jim Thorpe was the Noble Bourbon. The bourbon had aromas of caramel and vanilla, maybe a touch of campfire smoke. When we tasted it, had flavors of vanilla, warm spices, and really finished with some pepper.
And our second one was Tapped, which was a maple spirit. It had some vanilla, some ethanol. I mean, it smelled like alcohol. It was sweet. It had a mild maple finish. And it reminded me of making stovetop maple syrup with cane sugar and only a few drops of mapleine.
91 is their, white dog moonshine, basically. It's an unaged 100% corn whiskey spirit. The 91 comes from the fact that it is 91 proof. Had a really clean, sweet flavor, as you would kind of expect from a corn-based spirit. Just a touch of a burn, but I'll tell you, I would drink that as either straight or as a mixer.
And the next one up was their Blackberry Bramble. And the name pretty much said it all. It was sweet and it had lovely blackberry flavor. There was no tartness to it at all.
It really reminded me of a drink that my parents had in the house when I was growing up called Blackberry Julep. It was just that flavor all over again. So we kind of cheated here a little bit because they do 6 samples as part of their tasting, but we decided we were going to have a little bit of fun and combine 2 of their moonshines and do a half and half mix of their lemon and their sweet tea, sort of a John Daly, if you, as it were, kind of a riff on an Arnold Palmer, but a hard Arnold Palmer maybe. But that combination of lemon and sweet tea, it smelled like a Snapple. Just perfect recreation of that. The flavor was that of a good southern sweet tea, maybe with a little bit of limoncello poured into it. And what was really cool was the fact that even though it was mixed, you could kind of pick up the flavors of each one out of that sip.
Yeah, with that experiment, I kind of wish we had tried doing the peach version of and done a peach tea. I think that would have been fun. But instead, we went for the root beer because root beer is not a moonshine flavor you see very often. It smelled just like Dad's root beer, and the flavor was of root beer, but not as sweet as root beer. If you throw some club soda in it, you would think you were drinking a root beer.
Yeah, I think that sums it up perfectly.
So if you have a chance to visit Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, and wandering around the streets, make sure you check out Nomad Distilling on Race Street. Stop on in and give yourself a chance to play with your taste buds and try some of their shines and their whiskeys and the liqueur.
And tell us what you think. Have you been there? What did you try, and what did you think of their spirits? Leave a comment below.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on.